Hi, this is Eric Kruger from StrataCom. I'm going to demo our native mobile client for EasyVista. And today I'm going to focus on hardware asset management functionality. So, of course, our mobile client, you can do ticketing, pretty much anything you can do with the EasyVista client. But I'm going to focus on, we've got some great uses for asset management. So I'm just going to focus on those today. And then later on, I'll do maybe a ticketing demo. So, first thing I'm going to show. It's just a really easy serial number scan. So one of the things we offer is a barcode scanner that allows you to scan in and find assets really quickly. So I'm just going to do a serial number scan, scan the serial number, it'll look up the asset, and you can see it brings it up. And now I have all these actions that I can do. So you'll see some of these actions later on, but basically, like if I tap edit, you can see the different statuses, the model name, location, refresh date, lots of different information on there. So one of the cool things we can do is we can do actions and we can repeat them. So really easy thing I'm going to do is just going to add some multiple assets. So I've got 4 barcodes here. One of them's in my system, the other 3 are not. So I'm just going to quick add those other 3. So I'm going to tap this add multiple assets button. This gives me a template. You can see the name. If name is required in your system and you don't know the name of the asset, we can do something like hard code the date time in there. I'm going to put these in stock. I'm going to give these a model. So let's say these are MacBook Pros. Who's the owner group? Let's say it's desktop support, and we'll give it a location, main office. So these are the available fields I've got in this template. First thing I'm going to do is just scan in one of these barcodes. It fills in the serial number. I hit OK. And now that one's added. So now I'll just scan the second one. Hit OK. That one's added. And you can set this up so you don't have to hit scan every time and OK. But a lot of users like the feedback. So now all 3 of those were added. So I've got all 4 of those assets in my system, and they go right into EasyVista. So if I scan one of these, it'll come up. You can take a look at it. I just added that. So you can see it's got the owner group in there, the serial number, the model name, when it was created, what the status is, all that. So a really nice, easy way to add assets to your EasyVista system really quickly when they come into your organization. Now, some of the other cool stuff we can do is we can just scan the asset and run an action. So for example, the second button over is scan and change user. So I'm just going to do that, scan one of these assets. It'll just come up with a user list. I'll just go in and find a user, set it to Brian. You can just type and it would find the user. And then we can apply this to multiple assets. So for example, if I want to scan and change the location of these 4 assets. First thing I'm going to do is just scan my first asset in. It'll return that, and then this gives me a template. So now I can pick the location. I'll give it main office, and I'm going to change the owner group on this to Teams for Space Development. I'm going to hit OK. That changed that one. It brought up the scanner. It brings up my second. I'll just hit OK. And it's just applying the template to all 4 of these, and you can see it's scanning and updating. So pretty much as fast as you can scan those, they will update. So we could do the same thing if we wanted to do something like retire these assets. We can do that. So retire this asset, it gives you the name. These are still named, date and time. I'm just going to hit OK. And it'll bring up the scanner again to retire the next asset. So really easy. So I can retire this one or just cancel out of here. So any action you can think of, you can build in this. You'll have a little admin tool that'll allow you to build these actions. So you can add these actions. We've got some really neat things about increasing and decreasing inventory. So for example, Surface Pen, mice, things that aren't really tracked individually, but you want to keep track of. So if somebody, say, returns a Surface Pen, you can scan a barcode for it. it'll bring that up, and you can see the previous value was 111. The new value will be 112. I'll just hit OK. You can do the same thing. Maybe if you get 10 of these in and you want to track how many you have in inventory, you just scan the barcode. 112, I got 10 of them, so I'm just going to be the new number is 122, and I hit OK. And then if you give one out, you can decrease the surface pen inventory. So this is -1, so that's got 0. So let me scan this other one that I just did. So sometimes when sharing, it does not like to scan, but normally we haven't had any customers complain about scan time. So you can see the previous value is 122, the new value is 121. I just hit OK, and that decreases the inventory. So something a bunch of customers had asked for. We can also scan and check things out. So if I want to do a checkout on an asset, I can just quick scan it. It'll prompt me for a little bit of information, who it's assigned to, and I can do that. And then if I want to check it back in, I can check it back in. So we've also got some queues in here. So this is basically you can build your own queues, so you can look at your assets. So if I wanted to look at all laptops in stock, I could just do that. All the laptops that we have will show up here. The other thing I can do is I can do a little filtering, which is really nice. So if I turn my phone to the side, I can come in here and I can say, hey, give me all of the MacBook Pro 16s that have an asset status of in stock, and I can find all of those. So really nice. And one other thing I want to show you on the ad, it's our serial number checker, so you don't accidentally add two devices with the same serial number. So if I do this, I'm going to do the add multiple assets again, and I'm going to scan in one of these serial numbers, and you can see this button shows that serial number exists in the system. So I can actually tap on that button. It'll show me the asset that already has that serial number, and I can actually tap into that asset and take a look at it. And I can say, oh yeah, this asset has a serial number. So maybe it's that asset I was just scanning in. Maybe it's a different asset. Anyway, it gives the tech the capability of locating that asset. And then if I try to hit OK here, what it's going to do is tell me an asset with this serial number already exists, and it will not let me add this asset. So one of the things you can do is change that error to a warning and allow the user to add it with a serial number. That'd be pretty uncommon, but you may want to go that way. We haven't had any customers do that. But so this is just a way to keep duplicate serial numbers out of the system, which is a big problem for customers that we've worked with in the past. So if you have any questions, just you can contact us here in the EasyVista Marketplace, or go to our website and give us a call, or shoot us an email. Thanks.